Hello, I'm Jim, and welcome to Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast. This podcast is an exploration of a rich history, the stories and memories of those who made and make Rallying in America so great. Enjoy the show. This week, I welcome Mike Carr, driver for the American Veteran Racing Organization. Mike talks about his military service, founding AVRO, the American Veteran Racing Organization, which supports veterans through motorsports therapy. He also talks about his racing career and more. Hi, Mike. Thanks for being on the podcast this evening. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So what is your motorsports background? How did you get into motorsports?
Well, as a child, I grew up watching NASCAR with my family and F1 and drag racing. And my Uncle Chris used to actually drag race as well. So kind of been around it from a more of a spectating standpoint.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great. So your family was into it. Just watching it, or did they get involved in just wrenching on cars or anything like that?
No, I mean, the only one that really wrenched on cars was my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
My parents more or less spectated. They would get tickets to Poconos pretty much every year. And as far as that goes, and the rest of it was just watching it on TV at home. So I think probably 2006 was my first NASCAR race. I went to Bristol Motor Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously wanted to get involved and went to local tracks around here too, and didn't really have the opportunity to until after my military service. So,
Got it. So tell us a little bit about your service.
so I joined in 2013 as a military police officer. I served over in Hawaii for the first 3 years of my contract. It's actually where I bought my rally car from. So it's
Okay.
a New York State winner, um, which is always good.
Yeah.
And then I PCSed over to Fort Drum, which is upstate New York.
Okay.
I figured nice and close to home, and I had to get shoulder surgery, so it made it easier with the kids and everything, and parents could come up and help out if need be. So,
Got it.
but yeah, I retired in 2019, and that was pretty much it. Besides all the volunteer work I do with veterans in the local community.
Great. So from there, you went on, and I believe you're the founder of AVRO?
Correct. Yeah, it started really with a program called Racing for Heroes. Back in 2018, Amanda Scully actually directed me to them as I was currently still serving, and took some time, got involved with them. Once I retired, I actually had went down, I checked out their facility and helped
Mm-hmm.
out, and got really integrated with Tony Lacey, Mike Evok, and Darren over there. And the rally program wasn't really strong, and it was something I was pretty much diehard about. So over the years, I broke away from that, and because I have veterans locally that really, they couldn't make the trip to Virginia, but they do local racing and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
didn't really want to reinvent the wheel per se, but RFH wasn't really interested in opening up another branch, which is fine. So I decided to do my own thing up here and use kind of like their structure and stuff like that, and just providing services for veterans. So, yeah, it's pretty much where it started, and it's been going great so far.
Okay. How long ago did you start that?
Um, I mean, I've had thoughts and ideas for about a year and a half or so, and but I wanted to wait until I really got a definite, or definitive answer, I should say, from RFH.
Mm-hmm.
But it really picked up steam in February of this year, 2025, where right before then is when I actually met Matt Gold. He was trying to help RFH out with fundraising and bringing money to the
Oh,
rally
okay.
side of things, and I pulled him aside one day and just got on the phone with him and say, hey, look, this is what I'm trying to do. You're really close to me, and
Mm-hmm.
and I think him and I could complement each other, and I was definitely right. He had the same feeling about that, and we pretty much haven't looked back.
Great.
So,
So how many rallies have you entered?
so far I've only done Sofer and Boone Forest.
Okay.
Obviously, I had intentions to do STPR as well as LSPR. Just funding and other things came around where I just had to, put money into other places. So,
Right, right.
so got those two under my belt and looking forward to Snowdrift in
Okay.
2026.
That'll be fun, Snowdrift. Do you have this? Have you had the same co-driver for both of those rallies this year?
No, originally Jared Nix, he's also a veteran who has been crewing with Tom Mayer and the OK Rally team. I brought Jared in when I was crewing for Tom. And then, I asked Jared, hey, man, you want to be in, get involved. And unfortunately, he couldn't shake the motion sickness bug and whatnot. And he really tried
Okay.
hard. So, for the Southern Ohio Forest Rally, I had Noah Kuchner. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
That's okay.
Um, he's local to there, so it was perfect for my first rally. He knew all the roads, everything, and the stages really well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and he helped me stay focused and finish the race, which was awesome. I was unfortunately the only guy in my class, so I didn't get to go to the podium at all.
Right.
But either way, I finished my first rally, so it was great. And then um, for Boone, Noah was not available. And again, Jared had tried. He tried some new scopolamine
Yeah, yeah.
drug or whatever, and that still wasn't working. So I ended up flying in a guy, Jeremy Augustino. He's been mostly West Coast rallies and stuff like that. He's from Colorado, and he
Mm-hmm.
came in last minute, and guy is phenomenal. I would consider him a pro any day. He's so
Nice.
knowledgeable from front to back on the car, the whole process of doing a rally from start to finish. And he taught me a lot too. And it was pretty cool because while we were finishing up Boone, I had a few offs because I was trying to push myself, as I'm sure any
Mm-hmm.
any racer would, feeling like you go faster. He was adjusting the way he read his notes to me, and he actually found a way to get me to move faster, to pick up pace, and do
Mm-hmm.
better, giving me confidence to push myself harder in areas where I wasn't before. And phenomenal. And I'm currently still talking with him and about, hoping he can help me in Snowdrift. And
Excellent.
we're actually talking about having him come up in December. So one of the problems we figured out with my car is I've been basically running in two-wheel drive because I moved the DCCD controller and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
the way he explained it, not saying this is exactly what happened, was basically my car thought it was upside down. So I've been running in two-wheel drive potentially. So
Oh,
we
okay.
Yeah, so we bought a MAP DCCD controller. So he's going to come up in December and help me install it and fix some other things in the car, make it better.
Nice.
So, but yeah,
I was down at Boone. What'd you think of those roads, Boone?
I absolutely loved it. I actually, because I love nature and I love camping and whatnot, and I had a hard time sometimes wanting to focus on the race, just checking stuff out. It's
Yeah.
so beautiful. They've done a phenomenal job, and I actually had a great time talking with Eric because he's a veteran as well, and
Yep.
we're trying to find some stuff and whatnot. And his program he's got going there is phenomenal. I'm so excited about that. And
It is. Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
we talked about possibly teaming up in the future. And Mr. Lance there, he's also a veteran. His family is actually full of veterans. So him and I had a nice moment or two there. And even
Yep.
in races past, we've talked. So, but yeah, I'm really excited to go back to Boone this year. I heard that it's changing. I think Eric said it's coming in June instead of August.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't heard that because I was getting concerned um, about it conflicting with the Mount Washington hill climb to the clouds in New Hampshire. And I thought, oh man, I kind of really want to do both, and hopefully those schedules won't conflict. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
I'm not sure. He didn't release an exact date, but I think he was putting out teasers or just having fun. You know how he is. He likes to joke
Oh
and
yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah.
absolutely, yeah. So who knows? And I'm looking forward to the rest of that schedule to come out. So
Yep. I am too. So that'll probably be out maybe what, October, November, I think.
Yeah,
It's when they typically release it, I think.
I thought it was late last year when it came out.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I don't
Maybe a
remember that.
little later, yeah. So do you think you'll get out to STPR at all next year?
That is definitely the plan. Like I said, with some kind of funding things. I actually, so I played hockey for a long time in my life, and I just started refereeing hockey,
Oh,
uh,
nice.
so I can make some extra money to feed my racing habits. Uh,
Uh-huh.
the plan is for sure because it makes sense. It's the closest race. We're as we develop the car a little bit more, I think I'll be more comfortable to go to those races that are a little bit more difficult and harder on the vehicle overall.
hmm
So, but I definitely would love to be there for sure.
Yeah, okay, cool. Um, you know, what are your, you said Boone, you love Boone, and you've had a lot of fun there. Anything crazy has happened to you, even whether in a rally, traveling to or from, or maybe to one of the AVRO events?
Yeah. I mean, for one of the events for AVRO, we got invited to the Syracuse National Car Show in July.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'd say I'm literally halfway there. It's about a 2-hour drive, and the right front wheel of my truck that I haul the race car in came right off. The nuts, I guess, weren't torqued anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and thankfully we saved the rim, the tire, the truck. Um, we were under what we thought was a very strict time limit, but they worked with us and got us there. And that whole time, like old me would have said, forget it. Let's just go home, like, upset or whatever. And
Yeah.
stayed resilient. It's definitely one thing I learned from the military is being very resilient. And, I almost didn't bring my tools with me and jacks and all that stuff. And that ended up working out multiple times that whole weekend as,
Mm-hmm.
Deion Dawkins from the Buffalo Bills. We've teamed up with him, and coincidentally, we actually were set up right next to their whole merch thing and everything they had going
Right.
on. And their truck they used to bring in the merch blew a brake line. So my
Wow.
team, I'll give a shout out to Greg Gold, nailed it. I mean, we had everybody chipped in and helped, but replaced the brake line and got the parts for them and whatnot, and fixed his truck. And then late Saturday night, there was a little kid running around and almost ran into the street. And
Oh,
my
wow.
Brandon Roth and I we ran and grabbed her, and the guy saw her last minute, hit his brake so hard it blew his brake line.
Wow,
So
wow.
we took care of him too. So we were like a mobile mechanic for the weekend as well, and that was pretty, weekend full of resilience. And Dion said this to us. He said it's amazing how the universe works itself out.
It
Just
is.
I wasn't going to bring all that stuff with me, but I decided to, and it turned out we needed it. We helped out multiple people, in a
That's
big way.
awesome. Yeah.
But it was probably the craziest, even though it wasn't a rally. That was probably the craziest this year.
Yeah. Pretty neat to be able to help so many people out and bail yourself out as well.
Yeah.
So when you're not behind the wheel of the rally car, who will take your place? Like who went up to SCPR this year with the car, and who drove and co-drove?
So there's no other driver right now for my car.
Oh, okay.
We ended up going up there to crew for Tom Mayer.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. So and unfortunately, he caught fire and stuff and whatnot. And he had a pretty big off. I'm pretty sure the video had a lot of views as he
Mm-hmm.
came left two really fast and smacked the car off what you'd think you'd see in a video game. I'll just hit the wall and that'll help turn the car. Keep going. And
Yeah.
it's kind of what happened. He hit a bank and just kept the car going. The guy's a phenomenal driver.
Yeah.
But there was a little bit of oil seepage and he had some muffler wrap on his headers. So it caught fire and did some pretty good damage. So and again, Jared Nix, he was there crewing,
Mm-hmm.
and we were taking parts off his car just to fix Tom's car so he could keep racing and stuff. And I think ARA did a nice little clip on him and a head nod to him because he was hustling. And I mean, if anyone that was looking for crew, if Jared can be there, always look up Jared Nix. That guy he'll take care of you. He's a very hard
Nice.
working, serious person. So I know I kind of drifted away from your question there,
Oh
but
no, that's okay. We'll be right back. Power up your ride. Daily driver, bike, or track beast with Melee Design Firm. Since 2018, Melee has been the go-to source for high-performance battery mounts and power solutions trusted by enthusiasts and professionals alike. Whether you're carving corners on the weekend, commuting to work, or chasing podiums, they have the gear to keep you powered and ready. Their lightweight universal battery mounts are engineered for performance, crafted with precision, and designed to handle whatever you throw their way. They don't just make and sell parts. They build confidence under the hood. Rugged, industrial, functional. That's the Melee difference. Join thousands of satisfied drivers who refuse to settle for stock. Upgrade your battery game today. Now back to the show. But yeah, so I remember the car fire because that was on the first night. That was at the super stage. And it was kind of odd the way it was set up and how they were on a hill to stop and do the time cards and everything. And that's when the car caught fire, and Christian, who is our team leader, grabbed the fire extinguisher and got the fire out. Yeah, I remember that distinctly.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad because when we were prepping a car before we left for that race, I was telling Tom, I said, man, are you sure you should put that stuff on there? Because I actually had it, and I was told by Billy Petra to not use it just because if there's oil that ever leaks on it, it could catch fire and stuff.
Okay.
And so, like, superstitial,
Yeah.
kind of moment, I actually took my headers off a couple weeks ago, and one of our sponsors is Cerakoting them for me, so that way I don't have to worry because I have the oil cooler lines running by there,
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
That's pretty cool. So, does AVRO do anything other than rally?
Yeah, so we got a gentleman, Adam Brown. He's a Marine veteran. He races modifieds. He actually used to race TQ midgets. He sold that car, which those run off of like 750 Suzuki motors, and he switched up to a modified. And he's done a few races, and we support him in that. He actually offered me to drive it too. So I'm hoping next year I get to. But we have him, and then Lucas Moses. He does do rally. Currently, he's deployed right now. And then Matt, Matt Gold. He's I think he's trying to do some autocross and then some rally for sure. I know he's kind of got two separate projects going on at once, and
Yeah.
he's also deploying here. So we did have one other veteran. He's really kind of just moved on. I don't know if he sold his cars or not. I saw him buying a camper and he's just doing a lot of family time, which
Got it.
can't complain about that. But he actually
Right.
had a drift car and a time attack car, and again, I'm not sure what he's doing. I haven't heard from him probably since May.
Okay.
So I always respect people's business or when they got to step away, whatever
Yeah.
may be going on. Still check in on them. But we got one of our sponsors, same people that did the Cerakote. They build performance go-karts. They actually built us a go-kart, and they're trying to help us put track days together,
Oh,
so
nice.
that way any veteran can get behind the wheel. It's a lot easier to run, and not necessarily into such a competitive nature or bigger audience, big tracks or whatever, but get them behind the wheel and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that's it for now. But not not saying no to anything. We're open to
Right.
anything really.
Oh, that's great. Can you tell us a little bit about your sponsors? Excuse me. I know Matt Gold is one of them with Drop a Gear, and he just lives about 30, 40 minutes from me, so he's just down the road.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, Matt and I started talking. Everything took off, and we worked out a way that we could both complement each other. So he could run his thing and whatnot, and we could run AVRO together as well. And we promote and we do everything with him. Like I actually helped him find team members. We got Brittany, who was a medic at Southern Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And she emailed me separately, and she's like, "Hey, do you want your photos?" And I was like, "Oh man, how much is this going to cost?" And she hooked me up, and I talked to her a little bit, and I was like, "Hey, if you want to do more photography with autosports, or motorsports, I should say. And I said, look up or talk to Matt, and so I got her involved, and she's been a rock star.
Awesome.
Um, Catherine Pearson, she also, I mean, she started working with me and just doing stuff, and I got her involved with Matt too. So I helped build him a team. Not that we were looking for just women, it just worked out that way. We got a couple other guys working with us too. But yeah, back to with Matt, like I try to support all the stuff he's doing
Yeah.
and whatnot of our social media platforms. And then Wiggity Wayne's sauces, Wayne Hanslick, he's actually a professional go-kart racer. But he's local to me, and he makes
Mm-hmm.
these awesome ketchups and sauces for, barbecuing and rubs and stuff like that. And
Nice.
we actually put a QR code affiliate program with him. So that way, obviously we get a little bit towards whatever our sales are and whatnot. He's been amazing, and he does a program called Sauces for Soldiers, and
Oh,
I've
cool.
actually helped like get care packages out to other deployed soldiers. Some quality, whatever, not just regular red hot sauce,
Mm-hmm.
some quality stuff for them and a little taste at home, basically. And then we have A&S Performance. Like I said, they do the custom or the racing go-karts, but they also do Cerakoting and powder coating,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a CNC machine and stuff. And they actually, they're helping me. They're very tight with the owner of Fox Racing. The original owner, who had passed away, was a veteran. His son is also a veteran.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
we're in talks. We're doing the first ever rally suspension by them and doing the R&D on my car. So we're
Oh,
actually going to have a
that's
Fox
awesome.
race. Yeah. So we're hoping to have that ready for STPR. That was pretty much my biggest holdup, was having some serious solid suspension
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited about that because we want to make suspension that's high quality, that competes with Samsonas and all them. Not to dog on them, but to make it more affordable for the newer
Right.
racers, because the sport is growing. You're going to have a lot of people that either they want to build a car, and you know what I mean. Obviously, suspension is key, and so to get a high quality suspension at a very affordable price is what we're trying to do. So that's why we're building this and promoting it. Um, and then we work with KIA, which is a not-for-profit here in Buffalo. They help promote us and whatnot, and we go to their events and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily a sponsorship, but they
Mm-hmm.
help us as we're building our way to our non-for-profit status as well. And
Yeah.
13 Monkeys actually that runs KIA is the owner of 13 Monkeys, and he donates. He makes yeah, don't know if this is okay to be said, but he makes whiskey and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we help promote his stuff and whatnot. That we do avoid the substance abuse, but yeah, it's kind of, we promote it, but we don't push it, in a sense where we want people to abuse it, right?
Right. Exactly.
Uh, but um, that's pretty much, we got something working with Escarpment Arms. They sell, weapons and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
kind of a military background. It's kind of big. We had a vending machine company. She had donated $7,000 to us a couple of years ago to really get the program going
Oh,
and pay
wow.
for a lot of. So we have a lot of people in they're backing us up, and you're interested in doing stuff with us in the future. Obviously we got to keep growing, and then Jason, or I'm sorry, Deion Dawkins from the Bills. He makes millions and millions of dollars playing
Yeah.
football. And I approached him over a year ago, and I was just black and white, didn't treat him like a superstar, just told him who I was, and I ended up getting his personal cell phone number from that day, and
Yeah.
we've been working together. And I told him I'm about to walk and not to talk, and then obviously what happened in Syracuse, he was shown, and
Yeah. Right.
took care of his guy. And now we have a great relationship, and so they're looking to help us out financially down the road. Obviously we got to get a little bit more done before we can really start going after the bigger sponsorships and stuff. So
Right. Well, that's awesome. Back to the shocks. I think um, the more that's available, the better.
yeah,
The ARA just announced this week that I guess MRF tires are now involved as well. So there's 4 or 5 tire brands now, all kind of competing for a spot to be the tire for the ARA. So it makes sense for things like that to kind of other players to come in and get involved, and that's a good sign for rally in general here in America. So I think that's really cool. So yeah,
Absolutely.
sounds like you have a lot of great sponsors and connections there. So
Yeah, keep working. I mean, there was a guy, I think he's an Air Force veteran. I talked to him at STPR, and he runs a Porsche. I don't know if he reached out to me. I have to go back and check my messages because it's, slow talks or whatever. But
yeah,
he was looking for custom suspension and stuff, and I told him about it, and he was interested. And then Mike Cessna, which you guys were just did your pod
yeah,
with him. Um, I talked to him about helping him out when doing something a little bit better for his car to help him out more and whatnot. So, and, I mean, you don't have to be a veteran for me to help you or
right,
whatever.
yeah,
We got a gentleman, PJ. He was volunteer for SCPR, and then he crewed for us at Boone.
yep.
He's building an awesome Celica.
Oh, is he? Okay, I know PJ. Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think his cage just got done. I forget the gentleman that's building. He's well known, and just the name escapes me. I'd love to give him a shout out because the work is phenomenal.
Yeah,
They had to do a custom setup and stuff there. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll help out anybody that's in need. I love the community of Raleigh. Just it's a family oriented thing, and
it is. Yeah,
in a way, it brings me back to being in the military too, because we all had each other's backs, and so I love that. And so anything I can do, like with a suspension, for example, love to
yeah,
bring it there and make it easier for people.
yeah. I was going to mention the community. The community is fantastic there, and it's really neat because it doesn't seem to be any cliques or anything when you're at a rally. It's like you said, it's all one big family, and it's really cool to see and get to know people, and even with the volunteers, every aspect of it is everyone's pretty tight and willing to help each other out. It's really fantastic. So
Yeah, we've been actually trying to like get everybody that we're really close with to pit together. Not that I know you just said click, so it's not like a click, but it's just like a lot of us are running Subarus, so we're like, oh, let's try to be closer to each other in case we need something, and but
yeah,
it doesn't matter what you're running. Some people just they approach their race weekend different ways, and they're very professional. Like I remember seeing Ken Block for the first time,
hmm,
so for I think 3 years ago when they did the Nash, and we were right next to Travis. I think it was the first year Seminuk was racing with them, and we had gotten to park right next to the Team Subaru.
oh nice,
I mean, just sitting there shooting, talking, whatever. And but I looked over at Ken and his approach, just the way he did everything. He was just so deadlocked, serious. And, I'm kind of that way, like when I play hockey and stuff like that, or,
yeah,
I was an MP, like you just lock in and it's like a switch, and outside of that, it's different, so and whatnot. But it's still, you never got a feeling that you just weren't allowed to say hi or anything,
right. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
So.
yeah, very cool. So if somebody wants to reach out and contact AVRO, which is American Veteran Racing Organization, I don't think we mentioned that, but yeah, how does somebody get in contact with you?
I mean, most people have Facebook nowadays. We are on Facebook. We have the messenger capability, so you can always reach out that way. I'll get the notifications.
Hmm.
Um, we're on Instagram, as I mentioned earlier. It's AVRO underscore team. And then TikTok is American Vet Racing. Well, it's American underscore vet underscore racing underscore team. We had
Gotcha.
to,
Yep.
TikTok was being a little difficult. So, those are the easiest ways. I'm always willing to hand out, excuse me, hand out my phone number,
Yep.
especially if someone wants to talk and whatnot, get involved, volunteer in any way. We try to make it as simple as possible to get hold of us.
Excellent. Well, Mike, thank you so much for taking some time out of your middle of the week on Hump Day and
Yeah,
chat with me today. I really appreciate you coming on, and we look forward to seeing you in the future and at the races. And
absolutely.
yeah,
Definitely shake your hand when I get to see a chance to see you. So,
yeah, I'm sure we'll cross paths, and I'm sure Matt will be there somewhere.
yeah.
So, well, thanks again. Take
Yes, sir.
care.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, you're welcome. If you'd like to be on the podcast, you can email me, jim@jimboothdesigns.com, or message me through Facebook at Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast, or Instagram, rallying_in_America. Special thanks to Brady Instruments, pro-grade, handmade, professional fuel hydrometers. Visit bradyinstruments.com for all of your fuel testing needs. Thanks to Toontank and the artist Nuclear Wave for the podcast theme music.